Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ali Sayyidina Muhammad. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. A very warm welcome, my dear friends, to Meditation and Murākabah. People from other faiths often ask why Muslims prostrate towards the Kaaba, mistakenly believing that we bow to a stone or to a black cube-shaped structure. This misunderstanding arises when worship is seen only with the eyes and not understood with the heart. Today I wish to share with you a truth that few have reflected upon deeply, the truth of our Sajdah, why it is directed towards the Kaaba, yet devoted to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. This is not merely a story of a building or a stone. It is the unveiling of a divine wisdom woven into our very existence, guiding the human soul back to its creator. To understand this, we first must remember a foundation truth of Islam, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not contained by space. He is not limited by direction, nor does he live inside any structure, and he is not bound by time or distance. So the Kaaba was made by the order of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, never created for Allah, it was created for human beings. Now here is the reason why. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows the nature of the human being. He knows us more than we know ourselves. The heart believes in the unseen, but the body lives in this physical world. The soul seeks Allah beyond sight, yet the body still needs a direction, a focus, a place to turn towards, and that's human nature. Without a center, devotion would have scattered. Without direction, unity breaks. Imagine if no house had been established. People would have wandered in different directions, some worshipping images of wood, stone, the moon, the sun, each creating its own symbol, direction and images, and places according to personal desires. You see, worship slowly shift from obedience to imagination, almost like how the earlier followers did. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in His mercy, fixed one direction, not to be worshipped, but to protect worship itself for Himself. One focus gathers millions into alignment, preserving unity, discipline, and humility. Allah did not create a center because He needs to be faced. He created it because we need to be aligned at one direction as a symbol of unity, a place where hearts could align even when bodies are spread across the world. When a believer faces the Kaaba in prayer, he is not saying Allah is here. Kaaba does not in any way represent Allah. He is saying Labbaik, Allahumma Labbaik. I am here, present, obedient and aligned. The act of prostration is fundamental to our spiritual growth. It is a reminder that we are humble servants of Allah and that our purpose on this earth is to submit to Him alone. Before time had a direction, before the earth had a center, and before humanity had a Qibla, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was already teaching creation what true submission looks like. He preserves meanings before He preserves places and establishes symbols, not objects of worship. The very first command of prostration was given to the angels. In Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 34 says, when we said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, they prostrated. So when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the angels to bow, it was not for the clay, the form or earthly material that made them fall into sujood. They bowed because they witnessed something the universe had never seen before, a creation woven with layers of light and mystery, a heart that was capable of love and mercy, a mind of choice and recognition of the Creator, and a soul carrying the breath of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala Himself. In Quran, in Surah Al-Hijr, chapter number 15, verse number 25 mentions, when I have fashioned him and breathed into him of my spirit. The angels bowed to the divine wisdom manifested within him by the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. Now, look at the Kaaba today. Some may say, you Muslims prostrate to a stone. This comes from seeing only with the eyes, without understanding the heart. Now, why the Kaaba? In Quran, Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter number 2, verse number 144 mentions, so turn your face towards Al-Masjid Al-Haram. Allah does not command us to worship the Kaaba. He instructs us to face it. The Kaaba is a symbol, a center that unites us as one ummah, pointing our hearts towards Him. Just as the angels bowed by Allah's command, we bow by His command, not to the stone, but to the one who placed it as a spiritual compass. Even the Kaaba declares this truth. The Prophet ﷺ had mentioned that his house has been honored by Allah. It is Allah who honors whom He wills. The Kaaba is an earthly reflection of a heavenly reality. Just as the Arsh is not Allah, yet angels circle it in obedience. Just as the Sajdah to Adam was not for Adam, but for Allah's command, so too is our Sajdah towards the Kaaba an act of submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. It unites hearts, it aligns the souls, and synchronizes millions of beings in one worship. It is upon the command of Allah that we bow in the direction of this sacred cube. By the command of Allah, an angel descended from the heavens carrying a stone from paradise, a stone that was whiter than milk, radiant with purity, and untouched by the dust of this dunya, this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala chose that heavenly stone to be placed within the Kaaba as a divine seal, like a stamp from the heavens declaring to the earth that this is not an ordinary place, but the holiest and the most sacred. It is the most majestic center ever established for humanity. Its holiness did not arise from human devotion, nor from history, nor from stone upon stone, but from Allah's declaration alone. Through this stone, Allah connected the heavens with the earth, embodying a fragment of Jannah into the hearts of this world, making the Kaaba a place of dominance through obedience, power, and through submission. Complete mercy and unaccountable blessings. There is no place on the face of the earth more pure, more protected, more honored than this house. And when a believer touches or kisses the black stone, it is as though they have touched a blessed trace of paradise itself, not as a worship, but as obedience, love, and remembrance. A moment where the soul recognizes its origin, where the heart feels the echo of Jannah, and where the servant silently testifies, I submit to the one who sent this stone down from the heavens and declared this place as sacred. This place has become the holiest place on earth. Nothing is more rewarding than being here. Every prayer, every zikr, every act of worship is multiplied perhaps even millions of times, more than anywhere else on earth. And such a place becomes holy not because humans declare it holy, but because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone has discreetly chosen it as a center of mercy, guidance, and divine connection. Wa akhiru da'wana walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.